We're live?
Hooray.
We did it.
It's Friday. Friday.
It is Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday. You guys remember that?
I do. Yep. What year was that? That feels like it was a lifetime ago.
I think I was still in high school, wasn't I? Or was I in college?
Probably college, I would assume.
Let's see here. Because I remember the original video got deleted, right? Released 2011. 6 years ago.
Okay. That's actually not as old as I thought for some reason.
2011, is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay, so I was in college.
Yeah.
Just starting college and stuff. Yeah. Man, I wonder what she's doing these days. I feel like, has she been on Dancing with the Stars? I feel like that would happen.
I think she's a vlogger now, so she's still making YouTube money.
Okay. Rebecca Black says she received death threats at age 13 over her song Friday. People magazine interview with Rebecca Black.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
People gotta chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out, man.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah. Anyway, don't spoil it, but you guys saw Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should I go see Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both thumbs up from you guys.
Yeah.
That's a thumbs up. Yeah.
Apparently, Rebecca Black has a new EP that came out last month. Or sorry,
Whoa.
September.
Oh, okay. That's still pretty recent.
Yeah. Rebel. RE/BL.
Okay.
All right.
I know she did Saturday as well. She did a follow-up track.
Did she really?
That went like nowhere because it wasn't as catchy.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think I've only ever heard Friday. I may have heard one other song. I think it may have just been Friday. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I plan to see Star Wars. Not for a couple weeks. I know my parents want to see it with me, so I'll wait till I'm up there over the holidays.
I went to see it last night mainly because I wanted to see it before someone spoiled it for me.
Yeah.
So basically, I spent yesterday like not reading Twitter.
Yep.
Sure. Good.
But someone linked me to footage of some Twitch shenanigans that went on yesterday. And I clicked on it, and of course, some random asshole in that chat spoiled it because it was on my phone and I couldn't close the damn chat.
Oh, like in time? Because I know you can close the chat on the phone.
No, I mean watching like a highlight.
Oh, okay. That sucks. What? I saw a good tweet today, and it was like, I miss the days where people would spoil stuff with megaphones. Now it's just all Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, Twitter is a megaphone for the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I just want a good old fashioned guy yelling at me through a megaphone about who killed Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Crash Bandicoot. Those commercials were great.
What?
Crash Bandicoot. When he's yelling...
Kill Dumbledore.
Yeah. No, he's just yelling in the thing. He's
yelling at Nintendo.
Yep.
All right.
That he killed Dumbledore.
Yep. That's right.
It was a tragedy in the making.
Crash Bandicoot killed Dumbledore.
John, you're very scratchy over there, whatever you're doing.
I'm scratchy because I'm opening up letters for later on.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm getting mail ready.
That's exciting.
I'm literally getting mail ready.
While you're scratching.
No.
I mean, clearly. I mean, you've clearly made a decision.
ASMR perspective.
Yeah. Just crinkling paper. I think that's an actual one of them. I think that's one of the things.
I got to admit, crinkling and ripping of paper is not the most annoying sound of that people can do on a microphone. Eating is the worst.
Eating would be pretty bad.
It's the worst.
What about
that stream where literally all you do is watch someone eat?
I hate it. I can't even. Ugh. I just hate the sounds. Mouth sounds.
About packing peanuts when they like rub together and they make that squeak?
No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Nails on a chalkboard.
Overeating? Yes. 100%. I'm fine with it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the worst thing about the nails on the chalkboard is like doing it. That just feels so bad.
Doing it's the worst.
Fingers. Like it's like such a like pinpointed vibration. It sucks.
Yep, for sure.
And now that we've listed all of our most hated sounds, here's a compilation of them for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Yeah, what was that from?
That was from Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and
1.
Dumber. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic movie. Actually, speaking of movies, you guys saw a movie. I saw 2 movies this last week.
Ooh,
Yeah.
is that the make
Okay.
of seeing Star Wars yet?
I have not seen. Yeah. I saw The Room.
Oh, wait. Okay. So The Room, not The Disaster Artist.
That's the second movie I saw.
Okay, so I get you. You saw the one.
So I
follow
didn't
up the
go
other.
see The Room in a theater with people like you're supposed to, Rocky Horror style. I just needed to see The Room before Disaster Artist because we wanted to go see the Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything that much to say about The Room that people haven't already said. That movie's incredible, and also
Yeah.
the worst movie of all time.
Yeah.
And then the Disaster Artist is really great. That's
sure.
a really good movie. It's James Franco does a great job, and that guy is extremely weird. And they have
Yeah,
just a
he
really
is.
cool part of the end during the credits where they're like, "Look how accurate we made our like spoof."
Wait,
But it's
really?
funny. So yeah, it's so accurate. Like it's so accurate. They did such a good job.
The best thing about Tommy Wiseau is that he was verified on Twitch earlier this week.
after one stream.
It was real good,
Oh really? What was he streaming?
and he was so happy.
IRL at some like movie event.
Yeah.
I think for Disaster Artists.
Probably the Disaster Artist.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a weird guy. I love the idea. I didn't know this, is that it is actually a mystery where he technically comes from, how old he is, and how he has all this money.
Everything about him. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I just love that there's just these like weird mysteries about this man out there. Like he has
Yep.
just kept that alive, and that's so fun, and the world needs more fun like that.
I agree. 100%.
Are you saying the world needs more Tommy Wiseau?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Did
for
you ever
sure.
watch? I think we've talked about this before. Did you ever watch the gaming show he did on like Machinima, where he was kidnapped by aliens and forced to play video games?
I missed this.
I don't
Yeah.
remember this.
I have
Oh.
heard of this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what he played. I think Demon Souls was one of the games.
That makes sense.
I had to look this up.
Because that was probably around that time, right? That he was doing it.
This was after like The Room exploded in popularity, basically.
Mhm.
The Tommy Y Show was what it was called.
Yeah, that's
WI
right.
dash show.
Yeah, the Tommy Wish show, basically. The pun of his
Let's
name.
see what he played. Oh, it's on DVD now apparently too.
Great.
Crap! It's not even the actual episodes. It's just sneak peeks.
There's gotta be like a
There's-
Wikipedia article about this.
There's at least 10 episodes of it.
What a
Anyway,
guy.
have you guys seen The Room?
Yeah.
No,
John, you should watch it. I think
I know
it's right up
it's
your alley.
it's right up my alley. Everyone keeps telling me that.
Yeah.
It's so genuine in how bad it is. Like, there's
Yeah,
so
well, I
much
think
heart
that's
in it.
that's
Yeah.
the thing, right? Is like they didn't
Yeah.
try to make the worst movie.
No.
And you can kind of see like how they did. That's what the Disaster Artist is about. Is like how they made the worst thing ever, completely non-ironically.
Yeah.
And that's why like the Disaster Artist is so funny, because he'll make a decision and everyone's just like, what? Why? That's not how we do things. And then he's like, well, whatever. I don't, that's how I'm doing it. And they're just like, well, I guess you're the boss, so okay. And yeah, that's where a lot of the comedy comes in. I would recommend watching The Room before The Disaster Artist. You can just go into The Disaster Artist and it would be fine. But kind of knowing like all the weird, quirky scenes, and then they touch on every specific question you have about that movie, which is really great. Like they clearly know what the weird parts are, and then they like address that. Yeah, we don't know why this is weird, but here's us making this weird part. So I think you do get a lot more out of The Disaster Artist if you've seen The Room.
Yeah.
I
That
didn't,
might be.
I didn't
like
realize that. Wow, I didn't realize The Room came out in 2003. I didn't
Yep.
realize it was that old.
That's not that old.
That's
14
14
years.
years old.
That's not that old.
That's a little less than half my life by a few years.
It's more than half my life by a few years.
That doesn't feel like
for
to
some
you?
reason, I cannot find a list of the actual games he played for some reason. Found it.
Much
IMDb
like
of all
can't
places.
find out how he has all this money.
All right.
You
mystery
can't find out
continues.
anything.
The plot of the show: Tommy Wiseau is kidnapped by an alien and forced to play video games. Aired September 24th, 2011. He played Mortal Kombat 9, Dead Space 2, Duke Nukem Forever,
Oh,
Great.
Dead Rising 2,
okay.
Driver San Francisco,
That's
Dead
a
Island,
choice. Okay.
Dangerous Hunts, Little Big Planet 2, Dark Souls, and Fight
Yeah.
Night Champion.
Awesome.
What
That
a
sounds
weird
great.
selection of games.
Yep. Just basically
Apparently this
whatever was around at that time.
Yeah. Apparently, you can get this on DVD now.
Great.
Well, John knows what he's asking for Christmas.
Yep.
There we go. Finally, it took me forever to find something I wanted for Christmas, and it was that.
Yep.
All right, let's do a podcast.
Okay.
Let's do the top-down perspective for December 15th. Sean Booker's here, Paul Fleck's here, John Wheeler's here.
Yeah.
Hi.
And John, what have you been playing?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
The only thing I guess I could talk about is what I beat for game clearing this week, which was
So you cut out for a split second, and I heard the only thing I guess I could talk about is what I eat,
it's my favorite video game.
and it was just gonna be like I had pizza today.
It was
But that was only
delicious.
lunch. My breakfast was totally different. It was eggs. And that's just one of the 7 days. Here we go. Deep dive.
There you go. I played through Kirby's Dreamland 3 on stream.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So that
I
was,
think I saw you're 2 games from completing your goal.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
I mean, you're gonna
Here's
hit
hoping
it.
I'm sure, but got to figure out what those 2 games are going to be. I don't want it to be something too short and easy, or if it is short, I want it to be easy or like hard. So like
Sure.
people are trying to get me to play Parodius or like Gradius 3 or something like that. So maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Kirby's Dreamland 3 is a lot stiffer than I remembered it being compared to like my favorite Kirby, Superstar. And they were both on the same system. Dreamland 3 came out after, actually. But yeah, it was fun. A little weird at times because the way it worked is that you basically had to solve puzzles in each stage, and that's how you get 100%.
Okay.
But the puzzle would be something like show up to this stage with this animal partner, and then you'll get a heart, or figure out if you're supposed to kill these flowers or spare the flowers or wash them or stuff like that, or dust them. It was a lot of weird stuff.
This game seems to have a lot more systems in it than every Kirby game I've played.
Yeah, it was a little odd, honestly. I can see why the Dreamland series kind of ended there until it like re-evolved later.
What was the next one? Return to Dreamland
I guess, yeah.
on the Wii
Wii.
U.
Wii
Yeah,
U only had Rainbow Curse.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an alright game. A little bit longer than I expected. But here's the thing I hated about it. When I beat the game 100%, I got 97% on my file. So it
Okay.
ends up to get the remaining 3% on your file, you have to beat boss rush mode, and then mini game mode, and then end of stage mini game mode.
What
which
is
was
that?
really
Like,
weird.
like the canon things that are usually at the end?
Yeah,
Of,
like
okay.
the equivalent was like you're standing and play. You've played Kirby 64, right, Sean?
I don't think I played 64.
Okay, never mind. Basically, like you'll get to the end of the stage, and then Kirby will be like swinging back and forth, ready to jump. And wherever you jump, you'll get a power up, a 1-up, or you'll just get nothing.
Okay.
They turned it into a game where each space you land on turns into a skull, and then they randomize the locations, and you basically have to just keep landing on the smiley faces until there's only one left, and each round you have to keep doing that.
And it's just complete like chance.
Yeah, it's pretty high luck and chance, unfortunately.
Awesome.
You only had to get 10 correct to actually get the point for the file, so I ended up doing that offline because it was just really frustrating.
Sounds like a Mario Party minigame.
Yeah, but not as fun.
sounds about as fun as I think Mario Party minigames are.
Fair. All right. But yeah, so 97% of that game. It's great, but don't 100% it because it was really stupid.
Did you 100% it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't take too long, given the hate I'm throwing towards it, but it felt weird. Because boss rush was straight up like defeat all the bosses in the game with no power ups. You didn't get any power ups at all.
Okay.
Minigame mode, when each world had a minigame you would have to win to actually like get the heart for that stage, and then they made you do them all in one sitting, and if you make at least one mistake at all, you don't get the credit for it. So you had to do 15 rounds perfectly. So 3 per minigame, and there was 5 minigames each.
And you could just like die and just start over?
No, once you failed, you had to reset the game, or you just write out the rest and then start again.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad they kind of stopped doing that stuff.
That just kind of reminded me. We talked about this in the Mario Odyssey spoiler cast. Remember that little trick for like the boss rush equivalent?
Mm-hmm.
It works. You can't do it when you're in the middle of a fight, but in between the fights, you can and just get full health again.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. That's a bit more helpful.
Yeah, so I did that every single time because like why not?
So that probably made it way more enjoyable than it was for me.
Yeah, I still think the first guy is the hardest. With the hat.
The hat dude. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
The low gravity fucks with you.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about too much about that because I was trying to avoid any kind of spoilers. I don't think we spoiled, but I don't want to spoil. So.
Yeah. Other than that, like I'm still playing Animal Crossing. I'm still playing Yakuza 0.
Really?
And yeah, Yakuza 0 is a great game. You should play it. That's why I'm still
No,
playing.
I meant Animal Crossing. I keep getting notifications from Animal Crossing, and
I do too.
And they're just the worst. Like I got one an hour ago, and all it said is Pocket Camp special bonus item.
Yeah, they added Mario's hat.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
nothing about what the item is. It just special bonus item, and then I was like, "You're the worst. Why are you still on my phone?"
That's too bad.
Yeah, no, I'm still playing it every now and then. And I started playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but like I'm very, very early in the game. I'm like playing it right now.
Okay,
Gotcha.
I hear there's lots of boobs.
I mean, I'm not at that point yet, but from watching my friend Emil play it for a while, it's very anime. Is probably the best way to put it.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it's all right, but I'll have more to talk about this some other time. But for now, all I can say is
I know.
I'm in the tutorial, basically.
Did you play the one before this?
Nope. Oh no, that's a lie. I played a bit of X on stream. I did it for the
Okay.
charity marathon last year.
What made you want to play a sequel?
Because they're not connected.
Oh, they're not?
No. None. The 3 of them are completely unconnected, except for like little cameo stuff.
From the chat, you'll hit the boob wall soon,
Yeah.
which I think we all strive
so
to
I
one day
I
hit
know
the
the
wall.
main the girl that they advertise on the box, basically Pyra. She's very boob, but then there's like apparently the internet was in uproar about another girl way later that is like
More boob than man.
Dragon's Crown level of boob.
Oh,
Okay.
man. All right.
Like on the scale from Ivy to Dragon's Crown.
It's I almost want to say
Boob.
slightly past Dragon's Crown, but it's in that range.
Okay.
It's such a bummer that that's what people think of when they think of Dragon's Crown, because that game's actually real good.
That game is good, but you cannot deny that that's what
It's
they
the
put
stupidest
forward.
character design I've ever seen.
There are tons of games where if you just kind of saw some screenshots, I totally understand people being turned off from this specific aspect.
Yep.
And it's just like a disservice to the game.
I feel like Nier was that for me. I thought the
Nier,
maid anime
for sure.
thing was a little dumb. Actually, I thought it was kind of dumb the whole time playing it still too.
Yeah, there's a character in that game that is just entirely that.
Yeah.
The 999 series, there's always one of those characters for like literally no reason.
Right.
Story wise, like, yeah.
Yeah. It's just
But
silly.
I don't know. Yeah, what can you do? Gotta sell stuff, I guess. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Japan. These are all Japanese games, so maybe that's the thing. I know Japan's way into porn. I've seen it firsthand.
You've been there. You've been to the porn.
Oh yeah.
You've hit the boob wall.
As they say, you have hit the boob wall.
Yeah. Cool, man.
All right. Anything else you played, John?
That's pretty much it.
Paul.
Yo, let me tell
why
you
don't
about
you tell
some
me?
Resident Evil 7 DLC. Because holy
All
fuck,
right.
that Not a Hero free thing that was coming spring 2017 finally released. So that's a thing. And it's kind of cool.
Is this the last DLC?
This is the last DLC, yeah, because the gold edition of the game is out now with all the DLC included. So you can rebuy or buy that for the first time with everything. But that is baseline free stuff, Not a Hero. And it is kind of weird. You're playing Chris Redfield in a mine shaft looking for a dude, one of the bakers. And
Chris Redfield in the mine shaft with the candlestick.
it's kind of like a weird Metroidvania thing where there's a bunch of...
I'm interested.
Right? So, the thing is, it's dumb, schlocky action bullshit. Because of
I'm
course
still
it is.
interested.
You're playing Chris Redfield. Of course it's fucking dumb, schlocky action bullshit.
How many? I heard the hardest difficulty, like the description for it, is for those who like to punch boulders with their fists.
Yeah, so that difficulty is literally you die in like 2 hits, and you start with only the knife. But then, so you have to use the knife to stagger the molded so that you can punch them, because Chris can insta-kill with his punches.
Nice.
So, it's not something I'm going to complete. I don't like how that game handles on very hard difficulty with melee. I don't like the melee in that game on hard difficulties, so I'm probably not going to do that. But what the basic idea is you're going through this, like, the salt mines, this, like, little labyrinth that's set up with traps and monsters and whatnot. And you're trying to find your crew, Umbrella agents, because Chris works for Umbrella now for reasons. It's so convoluted.
This is retcon. This is like a new universe, right?
Nope. This is basically the BSA.
No spoilers. Don't do spoilers if you're about to.
This isn't spoilers. The BSAA
Okay,
has sent Chris to help this new reformed Umbrella try to clean up a mess because they felt bad. So now they're trying to show that maybe Umbrella's good, but I don't think they're good. There's nothing to tell me that they're not, but I don't trust the name Umbrella under any circumstances. But
as well, you probably shouldn't.
There's even a line where Chris is just kind of like, it's going to take some time getting used to working for Umbrella or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's weird, man. I don't know if I like that, but whatever. So anyways, the salt mines have a bunch of like different offshoots from this main hub type area, and down each one is kind of like an obstacle that you need an item to be able to proceed. So one is like pitch black with traps everywhere that you need night vision for. You get night vision from going down the tunnel with the like, what is it, like toxic air that your respirator can't handle, so you need to find the respirator first down the other tunnel. It's kind of cool. Like, it's kind of a neat setup. And then it ends in stupid Resident Evil 5 and 6 bullshit, which is totally fine with me. It ends in a dumb way. And I think that's what is making this DLC a little divisive. A lot of people hate this thing, mainly because they really like how the main game went back to its horror roots and just a kind of quaint horror story, very like personal in this like little house sort of thing. And while I do like that, I like that the DLC is optional material you can play that goes the other direction that Resident Evil does in the batshit crazy way, because I like that too. I can like more than just one way to do things, believe it or not. So like, for me, I just loved it. Because the main game is like the horror thing, and then the DLC is just like playing with the gimmick of being in first person. So with Not a Hero out, which is a free thing, there was the last paid DLC released as well at the same time called End of Zoe, which is the canonical end of what happens to one of the main characters. and you play a new character named Joe. Now, the thing about Joe is that...
Is this a spoiler?
He doesn't use weapons. He fights with his fists. So it is literally punching simulator. Like, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. You're chased by a thing the whole time that you find out what it is later, which I won't spoil. But, like, this thing is pursuing you through the swamps while you're trying to save Zoe as Joe. And it gets this, like, nemesis vibe. And you craft spears to throw at crocodiles or gators. And you punch molded enemies in the fucking face until they die. It's actually great. It's so good. I'm so happy about this dumb crap that they did, man. It's so dumb. Oh my god. I couldn't stop smiling. That was like...
Well, this is making me want to actually sit down and play it. So
out of all the things that happened this week, this was a very good week for content for me. Out of all the things that happened, Resident Evil 7 was easily the highlight of my whole week, the DLC. It's so good. It's so just stupid. And it was kind of nice to revisit that game again. I went a little too hard with it at the beginning of the year when it came out. I played it through it multiple times, different challenges and blah, 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 but then kind of put it down for a while. So it was kind of nice to get back into that groove again as well. So, yeah, cool. It was cool. I started Night in the Woods, and I think it's boring.
How far did you get?
I think like 2 hours. I'm not in it yet, really.
Okay, I think I might be a little past you.
Probably.
Yeah. So you must be in part 2.
I think that's where I stopped.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think more stuff happens in part 2. Not like a huge like reveal or anything like that.
Sure.
But there's just more to it. Yeah. Although I haven't been bored at all so far. I'm really enjoying that game.
I think the story sucks, it's slow, and the characters are okay. I like the characters, actually. But I would have liked if they had some personality to them in, like, an audible sense. Even if it wasn't voice acted, I kind of would have liked a, like, meh, 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 or something. It just feels a little, like, just a little bit more to give them
in part difference. 2, you start going on, like, I don't want to say dates, but, like, you start hanging out with some of them one-on-one.
Yeah.
So you get a lot more character development.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what you're kind of looking for.
Maybe.
I don't find the story boring. Like, I think they nailed the setting of just, like, being, like, a total, like, loser kid and dropping out of school and then coming back to your, like, hometown and just being like, oh, yeah, these are my high school friends. And I guess some of them are still here. Some of them just went away because, you know, that's what you do. Like, I think they just kind of nailed that whole premise.
You're right, they did, but that's not inherently interesting.
I'm liking it. I'm quite enjoying like the whole thing about it. I think the music is great.
The music's good.
Mm-hmm. The little music game is good enough, and I love how they'll like when you're playing with your band. That's great because they'll be like singing along, and they'll do like cuts to you playing the bass.
Yeah.
And like I really enjoy all of that quite a bit. The look's great.
I'm not in love with the art style. I don't think it looks.
I like the art. I like the art style as well. There's some cool dream sequences, which I don't know if you've done any of those yet.
I think maybe one, but I can't remember. I don't think so, though.
Were you like smashing stuff?
Okay, no.
Okay, that's the first dream sequence that I can think of, unless I forgot one. The second one, though, however, is really cool. Yeah, they do some cool visual and audible effects there, so I really like that one.
I have been told that it does pick up, so I will soldier through a little bit more. But, like, I guess overall, the biggest problem I'm having with it is that it feels like crunch time now to play games for end of the year discussion, and that's if I'm not interested right away, I see a pile of other stuff I could play. So,
I totally get that. Get that. I will say though, play like an hour more.
Yeah, I'm gonna
get
give
to
it
the
a
second
shot.
Dream sequence, and if you're still like, I'm not really feeling this, then I can't really say anything else because I haven't gotten too much further.
Okay, fair enough.
So
the thing is that Pyre's looking me at the face as well, and like
Pyre's cool. I would play Pyre.
I've heard more good things from people I trust inherently about Pyre than Night in the Woods. So
I mean, luckily Night in the Woods is short. I think it's like 8 hours long.
My friend said he beat it in 11.
I was just going on how long to beat, and the average was 8.
8? Okay.
So
Eight's not bad. I'm okay with
Yeah.
8.
And I think there's only 4 sections, so it's
Okay.
probably about 2 hours a section. from the way it's
Okay.
looking.
So,
But there's a cool part, and like this is, I'm not spoiling any story stuff specifically,
Mhm.
but in the second one you get to go to the mall with one of the characters,
okay.
and there's this shitty knockoff Hot Topic in there that you go in with your
Great.
buddy, and it's like, oh, this is exactly a Hot Topic. Like shirts on the wall, the person's telling
Pop
you there's a
figures.
discount, and then you have to like steal a belt buckle without them
Oh,
noticing
no.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Man.
pretty silly.
May gets in some trouble. I think
Yeah,
inherently
she does.
she's a good girl at heart, but she's not, doesn't show it sometimes.
Yeah, well, and they're hinting that like shit went down in the
Yeah.
last when she used to be home. So I seem to be enjoying it more. I hope you'll turn on it because where I'm at, I'm quite interested.
I mean, yeah, it's also this problem that I found when I played through all of Life is Strange for a marathon, when like all of it was out. I kind of hate this type of game all in one go. So like I kind of
really?
like that I stopped at a point and then I'll
Okay.
go back in and I'll do maybe another chapter. I think that's the way I like to take in these very narrative, story heavy things.
Sure,
So
right?
yeah.
I can see that, and like there are definitely slow parts, but they're on purpose. And
Yeah.
and, like this is, I really like that. So I'm kind of digging it quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, we'll just use that as a. That's all I've been playing. So, what else have
Okay.
you been playing besides
You
that?
I don't know if you mentioned this last week though. You finished Nier.
Yeah, I did.
Did you mention that last week?
I don't remember if I did, but either way,
'Cause
I
I
couldn't.
thought you finished it over the weekend.
Probably. Either way, I couldn't have talked about it anyways because it would have spoiled some things for you.
Right. I have now finished Nier as well.
Yeah. What did you think of the last 20 endings?
I think I
That
only
bad, huh?
no.
It's fantastic.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's great. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think how many endings I got in the end. And the end gives you 3 endings, so I was probably somewhere around 9 endings I got maybe.
See, I feel bad because I feel like we burned Cass at some point talking a little bit in DMs about it. But, like, you were saying you didn't like Route B and that it picked up for you in C. I liked Route B quite a bit, and C was okay. I think the problem I had with C is it bounces around a lot, which is okay, but I kind of like just being grounded in that world with one character for a while and not going back and forth.
You get that. You get like 10 hours of that twice.
You're right, but it's 10 hours at a time, not like 5 hours, and then like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. There's like specifically a part that I can't talk about because it's literally the end. But
Sure.
there's some weird anime bullshit they try to pull off that when you're watching an anime, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. But when you're playing it as a video game mechanically, it's like, oh, this is confusing my fucking brain.
It's confusing, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I know what part you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked playthrough 3 because that's when you get like all the reveals.
Mhm.
I would say I disliked most of playthrough B. I like the last quarter of it because then that's when things change.
I just like hacking. Hacking's the most overpowered thing, as it should be, in a world where everything is a machine.
Sure. Yeah. And like, man, those credits. I just gotta say those credits.
I hated that.
Paul, I got one question for you.
Yeah,
Did you say yes or no?
of course.
Okay, good. Because if you had said no, and anyone listening, if you said no, you are a monster. You are a complete monster.
Now I
Just
don't
saying.
know what you're talking about. Now
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
confused.
Yeah, you do. That at the very end when you get a choice.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I know what you're referring to.
You said yes, or did you say no?
So here's the thing. I said
Say
yes.
no. Okay, good.
But it was after I accidentally said no because I was trying to skip past the dialogue that I saw already.
Okay.
Because, I mean, whatever. When you beat the C
No,
route...
don't spoil it.
No,
It's
when
so
you,
good. Do not
when you
spoil
beat
it.
the C route, you get, like, a point where you can kind of replay some of the C route again for different things to happen.
Okay.
So
I'm
I've
talking
seen...
about after that.
Right, but I'm saying is that when I got to that point, it was my third time playing seeing that dialogue up to the point you're talking about. So I'm mashing the button to like, yeah, I've seen this. So it defaults to no, and I accidentally hit no, and then I was like, oh no! So I had to go back and do yes, because of course I'm gonna do yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. As long as you righted, you're wrong.
Yeah.
That part is so good. That part had been spoiled for me. And I really hate it. It is too bad because that is one of the coolest things in that game. And but yeah, I would say by the end of that, that like main Nier song is like just so good. Like they because they play it at like all the
is good.
Yeah, it's all but like that one main theme they play it at like all the right parts at the end there, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that game ends so well. And after that, I immediately was like, well, I'm going to watch 8 YouTube videos in a row of them explaining the storylines of all these other characters.
Every single person I've talked to that's finished that game has done the exact same thing. So
yeah, because like I said, I missed a lot of the side quests, and I was just like, well, tell me about some of these cool side quests that I'm hearing about. And I watched like probably an hour of YouTube videos just being like, oh, this is so good.
It's really too bad the first Nier played like shit, because I would have liked to have just gone back at some point and seen that stuff, but I won't.
But then you got to go back to Drakengard 3, and then you got to go back to Drakengard 1.
I mean, I don't, though, because I don't care.
I'm just saying, if you want the whole story, you got to play...
I mean, there's YouTube.com.
Exactly.
For now,
that's why
anyways.
That's why you go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy the scale, like the time that this game takes place, because like often it'll be like a prequel, like, you know, a few years later or whatever. Whereas this game, like Nier set in the year like 11,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a long time ahead. Yeah.
It's great. It's cool. That game's really cool.
It is a very cool game. And for the Game Awards, it probably should have won Best Music, as it did.
It did, yeah.
Yeah,
it did.
Because that music accentuates that game perfectly in so many spots.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then last little bit of game, I just want to mention Reigns, Her Majesty one more time. So continuing to play that. And it is really good. That writing is just so fun. And I'm laughing at it. And the inventory system is cool because you get to upgrade your items to do different stuff. And you can duel people. And I'm having a really good time with Reigns, Her Majesty.
Cool.
All right. Let's do some news.
Yeah.
All right, this was announced today. Mount Your Friends 3D is coming out
so happy.
beginning of next year.
What?
I'm so happy.
I did not see this coming.
Oh my god.
This is a game that I didn't know I needed. But now I need Mount Your Friends 3D. And John, why don't you read us the subtitle of this game?
Wow. Mount Your Friends 3D. A hard man is good to climb.
That's great. Like, I think they get the joke. I think they totally get it, which I'm happy to see.
I mean, of course they do.
Yeah.
That's all Mount Your Friends was.
So, yeah, Mount Your Friends was this weird, ridiculous game where you were these muscly dudes in Speedos.
Yep.
With wobbly dicks.
Yep.
And you have sticky limbs, and you would have to climb onto a goat and make a huge tower of men.
The best part is that if you put on safe for work mode, they're not in Speedos with wobbly dongs. They are in business suits with wobbly zippers.
Yeah, zipper at the bottom. Yep.
It's really good.
I will counter you with two things I think that are better than that.
Okay.
The grunting that the guys do as you're climbing is pretty good. Okay. Actually, along with that, the music that plays is really good because it is like this epic orchestral soundtrack playing. But the actual best thing is that the guys are blinking the whole time, which implies they are holding that pose in real time for the entire tower.
I didn't even realize that. I never even noticed.
Yeah, it's super good. Anyway, so Mount Your Friends 3D. The guys look polygonal. They also look like weird gorilla beasts, which they should.
Yep.
I hope the menus are good this time because I remember like setting up was always just a huge hassle. But they all had great names from weird countries, and that's coming Q1 2018. So I cannot wait.
John, we should play Mount Your Friends. I have an extra copy of it in my Steam inventory if you need it.
I think I have it. I don't remember.
It's been included in bundles for a long time, so.
I've played it before, so
It's good.
It's good.
it is a thing.
Also, Duck Game. Just
Didn't that
as a
originate
non-sequitur.
from the Xbox Live indie games thing?
Yes, that sounds
Probably.
right.
Yeah. The Xbox app on iOS and Android is going to be getting party chat function.
Okay.
So similar to
The Switches.
the Switches app. But people are assuming this will be not game specific because that's madness that Nintendo has to go with. So I guess you could be in a party chat with your friends while they're playing Xbox if you just wanted to.
So instead of buying this weird adapter that's like, what's it called? A fucking arrow? Could I buy like an adapter that's an X to use this app?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, you can just have normal headphones because Microsoft isn't insane.
Oh, that's too bad. Insane's
I mean, you
better.
could probably use the Arrow headphones from the Switch if you really want to. Plug that in your phone.
Great. Yeah.
Oh. All right, buddy.
Anyway, so yeah, if you want to chat with people while they're playing Xbox and you're not, you can do that soon, I guess.
Cool.
It's kind of a weird function.
Yep.
A game called After Party was announced. I threw this in there because this is from the people that did Oxenfree.
This
And
looks
it takes
cool.
place in looks like a bar in hell,
Yep.
and it looks like another kind of teen drama narrative focused thing.
An adventure
bar's
game where
called-
your goal is to outdrink Satan. I'm so fucking in.
Yeah, Satan spelt with a Y.
Yeah.
Satine. I don't know. Anyway, this is coming next year. I was a fan of Oxenfree, so the screen, like the concept art of this looks good, and that
Looks real cool.
idea.
I'd love to see
I don't
some
know if it's coming
gameplay.
next year. They don't know when it's quite coming, but
Yeah.
keep an eye on that. A few things came to iOS. Just want to throw that out. Thumper's coming December 24th, which is cool. Fez was released this last week on iOS,
Yeah. I saw that.
Weird.
Yep.
and Miles Edgeworth is on iOS.
Yep. Saw that.
Along with
too.
all of the Ace Attorney games are actually on sale right now, so I picked up Ace Attorney 6
Cool.
for like $12 for the whole thing, I think.
Cool. This next one is the one I'm like so excited about this week.
Sorry, blowing my nose. Okay, what is the next one? The next one is the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection was
Oh,
announced.
fuck
I didn't
yeah.
actually look into this too much. I'm assuming you guys did though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously for 30th anniversary coming out on Xbox One, PS4, Steam, and Switch.
Yep.
15 games on it, I believe.
Was it 15? I thought it was only 12.
Yeah. Oh shoot, you're right. Actually, yeah, 12, but like 6 of them are just different versions of Street Fighter 2.
Dude, Street Fighter Alpha 2 though. Oh man.
Yeah, so it comes with 6 versions of Street Fighter 2. It comes with all 3 Street Fighter Alpha games and all 3 versions of Street Fighter 3.
Yep. Which is also dope.
And a bunch of them have net play. Apparently, Third Strike, Alpha 3, one of the Street Fighters, and Alpha 2? I don't remember what the 4th one was. There's at least 4 that have online. There's at least 4 that have online. I know Alpha 3 and Third Strike are 2 of them.
So like 4 people
Street Fighter
who bought
2
that
Hyper
Street Fighter
Fighting
game
and
launch?
Turbo were the other 2.
What were they?
Hyper Fighting and Turbo for Street Fighter 2.
Okay, so 2 different versions of Street Fighter 2. Okay.
Yep. Oh man.
So hopefully you didn't buy whatever Street Fighter game was at the Switch's launch.
Something tells me the only reason we're getting this is because people bought that. Because Capcom is really weird like that.
They are.
But wait, this isn't coming just to Switch, right?
No.
Okay, so it couldn't be just that.
It could be.
I mean, it could be
Capcom-
that it's also
Capcom's
the
been really
30th anniversary.
Capcom straight up said like, "Oh wow, Ultra Street Fighter 2 sold better than expected. Guess we should put games on the Switch." And now we're getting games from Capcom on the Switch.
Mm.
But that was a launch title, so that's probably the reason it sold better than expected.
No, it wasn't. It was like 7 months in.
Was it not a launch title?
No, it came out like when ARMS did. Or not
sure?
7 months, because this is around 7 months. It was like
I'm thinking of
4
it.
months into the Switch. I
So-
think I got that and ARMS around the same time.
As they're discussing in the chat, Street Fighter 1 is on this thing too, and that is so dumb. I'm so happy.
Is it?
It's
I
on
didn't
there.
see that.
It's actually on there. Oh, that game is so bad. I'm so happy. So yeah, I am so excited for this thing. It's
I'm sure
dumb.
not Street Fighter 1.
Like, I'm so
yeah, you're right,
excited
not a
for
launch
this
title.
thing that I've actually asked a friend if he'd be willing to play a fighting game a week with me, because I want to get back like decent at fighting games. So
Gotta get ready for Soul Calibur 6. And
I gotta
Dragon
get
Ball
ready for all
FighterZ.
of them. That's the thing, is that I'm so out of practice in fighting games. So me and Homer are gonna be playing every week a fighting game, and just to get back into the habit of doing that shit, I'm gonna buy a fight stick. I'm so
Whoa.
in. I'm going in.
Oh wow, you are going in
I'm
hard.
going hard in, and I am scared, but I'm excited as well. So yeah, this was the impetus with like this and Soul Calibur 6 being announced. I'm like, I got to do fighting games again. It has to happen. But yeah, I'm so excited. This is the best news of this week.
Cool. More news. PSX happened
Yeah.
on Friday, right?
Yeah, they didn't announce Bloodborne 2, so
They did not. I just have a quick
believe it's like
highlight
that.
reel of some of the things that they did talk about.
okay.
Wipeout Omega Collection is getting a VR mod.
Okay, that's kind of
The
cool.
new God of War game is going to be 40 hours long.
What?
35 to 40 hours long is the estimate they gave.
Is that
That is
just because it's an
insane.
open world thing with like a bunch of side quests to do?
I mean, that's probably what it is,
Probably,
but
yeah.
I don't think anyone expected it to be that. They probably expected it to be like God of War length, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess so.
that's interesting. Yeah, previous God of War games have been closer to 10 hours. So they showed some more Detroit Become Human. They showed some. I hadn't seen this game before, but Donut County, where you play as a whole.
This one looks
That game
cute.
looks awesome.
Mhm.
I would highly recommend checking out that trailer. It's a really good trailer. This one's weird. They're remastering Medieval for the PS4.
Oh my god.
not?
Okay.
You guys ever play those games?
Yeah.
I
Those
have
PSP
them.
games, right?
No, they started as PS1 games.
Yeah, PS1.
Oh, okay. I just remember seeing it first on the PSP.
Yeah, there's 2 PS1 games, and then the rest were on PSP.
Okay.
Or there might have just been one on PSP. Either way, yeah.
Last Guardian is getting a VR mode. I think I heard it was only like a 20-minute long thing. But there's that. I don't know if we talked about this. Mega Man's going to be in Monster Hunter World. Was that at the VGAs?
As a Palico though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
really creepy, like, Minecraft-esque model.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really funny.
Yeah, I'm seeing a picture of the Mega Man holding a sausage. Was
Yep.
this not shown at the VGAs, or am I
It was at
confused?
VGAs. Yeah, it was in the
Oh.
trailer.
Okay.
People were making fun of it.
And then you're gonna soon be able to change your PSN name.
You know, this should have come a long time ago, because I actually have an old PSN account with stuff I bought on it that I just ditched.
Because you didn't like the name anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
Well.
about 10 years too late, but whatever.
Yeah, I've heard stuff like it was just really hard to do because of like older like legacy stuff.
I'm sure it is, but man, I really wish it was there 10 years ago. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, that's the stuff on this list. I didn't look too much about it. I don't know if you guys heard anything else that was
There wasn't much else.
exciting.
I'm actually
The thing that
surprised
I
you
was
got
most
that
excited
much from
about
it.
was that Donut County trailer.
That's kind of like the only thing that was worth talking about from that. That was new anyway. 40 hours long for God of War is kind of weird, though. That's a
Yeah,
weird
It does
tidbit
seem
of info.
excessive.
Yep.
We'll have to see.
All right, that's it for news.
Yay.
Let's move on to the questions. Paul, where can people send questions in?
Topdownperspective@gmail.com, on Twitter at TDP Podcast, John's P.O. Box, and the Discord or Facebook if you are crazy.
Facebook's fine. I get
Facebook if you're
notifications
nasty.
from the Facebook.
Okay, I don't, so that's why I don't ever think about it.
Yeah, no, I get a notification if someone posts, so it's like not
Fair
a big
enough.
deal. John, do you want to start? You were getting ready at the beginning
Yeah.
of the show.
I have 4 letters
Oh,
from our
man.
mysterious person, and I actually have a 5th as well from someone else.
Whoa.
So let's start with that one first.
Brand
Okay.
new, coming in, a hot and toasty snail mail.
I'm gonna put this on my cat. because he's lying on my keyboard. Dear John, Paul, and Sean, just like the mystery writer, I am going to be submitting Pokemon multiple times for my game of the year. Pokemon. Nah,
this is Hebrew Lantern, isn't it?
You guessed immediately, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I filled mine out online like a normal person. Anyways, I hope this package finds you adequately and that it arrives in a timely fashion so you can open it before the Christmas TDP. Enclosed, you will find Paul's favorite gift, socks. For you, yeah.
Okay.
For you, I'm giving you some Batman socks since I couldn't find Spider-Man socks, and I felt Superman socks were a little too on the nose, and I don't want to piss you off too much.
Wait, is this for real? It's not just a letter?
Yeah. And for Paul, some Punisher socks because I couldn't find any Resident Evil socks, and the Punisher is fueled by anger, just like Paul is.
Resident Evil socks would be that would be like the rarest thing if you could find that. So yeah,
that has to be a thing. They got to be somewhere.
I'm sure, but probably
like
not
Etsy
in North America. Maybe Etsy. You're right.
I don't know.
I couldn't think of anything for Sean, so I'm sorry, Sean. No socks for you, guy.
No, it's cool. Don't worry about it.
My question for y'all, my question for y'all is: what is your favorite and least favorite article of clothing that you've received as a gift? Anyways, happy holidays to everyone and a happy new year. I hope your wedding goes amazingly. I hope Paul continues to not smoke, and I hope that Sean does well at Quidditch. I think.
Oh, thank you.
Not sure about Sean. Can't
My
wait
team
for
needs
this
all
to
the
get.
help it can get. So
Can't wait for this to get to y'all successfully. Have a week. AKA.
do you have the socks there? Can we see them?
Yep, they're wrapped up. So give me a second here.
Oh, that's fun.
By
Maybe don't
wrapped up,
unwrap
I mean-
Paul's then.
They're in like a bag.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, why would he wrap them and tell us what they are?
Here's my Batman socks.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Cat's got to sniff them. Hang on.
Yep.
And
look great.
For Paul,
I'm guessing much the same. Dope.
Those look good. Although I have
yeah.
not been enjoying that Netflix series, unfortunately.
You're the only
really?
person I've heard say that, so I need to see it now.
It's slow, man.
Oh, I
did hear that. I did hear that it was
It is
slow.
real slow.
Mm.
I kind of wish I had half as many episodes, but it has like 13.
All right,
And
so
like I'm on episode like 8 or something, and it's just starting.
I feel like we've answered this question before. What's the best and worst clothing item you've gotten for a gift?
Well, it was best as one of them as well, or just worst?
I believe it was best and worst. Well, yeah. What is your favorite and least favorite article of clothing you've received as a gift?
I like getting like fun T-shirts. I like those.
Okay. I always get shirts, like dress shirts from my mom because she wants me to wear dress shirts more often, and they never fit.
Oh yeah,
so that's always great.
Yep.
I remember my grandma gave me like an awful sweater one Christmas, and I just hated wearing it. But of course, you have to wear it at least once for them to see you wearing it.
Sure.
But I'm trying to think. I know there was a pendant I used to wear for a long time that someone gifted me, and I know I've had a couple shirts and I think probably the blazer my family gifted me. Like during university, I used to wear blazers a lot.
Okay.
So that was a real nice thing.
Yeah, actually, probably jackets are the ones I use the most. I have like an outdoor jacket and a raincoat that's like fully waterproof that I need one of those. So I got one of those for Christmas one year, and I was like, okay, good. Thank you.
I know what the worst is by far for me. And it wasn't ever explicitly said, but I got a suit for Christmas one year when I was a bit younger. And the reason I know I got it was because we knew that a family member was very sick and likely to die soon.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad reason.
So, like, it was never said, but it was obvious that that's why.
Did you wear that suit at the
funeral?
event?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And just to spite them, I didn't wear the suit.
Yeah, exactly. I wore my Punisher socks. Because secretly,
that was
fuck
it.
them.
I just took my pants off, left my shirt on, and went to the event.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess the gift was fine. It was just the context of why I got it. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, and now time for our mystery writer. We have 4 letters.
Thank you to who sent that again, by the way?
That was from Hebrew Lantern.
Thank you, Hebrew Lantern. That's very generous.
For sure.
All right. November 20th, never going to run around and desert you. All Undertales.
Yep.
Remember, every time there's a trivia question on each one of these that we're all going to have to try to answer.
Right. I always forget the song part at the beginning, though.
Yep. Yeah. Let's put on our thinking cap and dive into video game history. Which video game system was the first to use game cartridges? Not ones that had no info, like the Odyssey, or ones that contained the whole console in it, like the Telestar, but the modern concept of a cartridge. If you don't think you can guess the console, instead, guess the year.
Oh, yeah, that'll be easier.
Shit.
So it's
Honestly,
not going to be NES, right?
I was actually going to say the Odyssey, so that throws me off. It's not the NES because the Atari had it.
Yeah, the Atari had it.
So it's either the 2600 or whatever, or before that. I might say the Odyssey 2, or shit, which came first, the Odyssey 2 or the fuck is that system that I'm blanking on right now?
The Odyssey 1
and the Intellivision. The Intellivision is what I'm thinking of.
Okay. I have no idea. I'm going to say 1912.
Okay.
1912. All right. You know, the year the Titanic set sail. We'll go with that.
Yeah, when they were like, set sail to cartridges.
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna say Odyssey 2?
I can't remember which came first, Odyssey 2 or Intellivision. I want to say Odyssey 2 was a higher quality, so I actually might say the Intellivision.
I'm feeling like, is this a trick question? I'm just gonna say the Atari. Maybe.
All right. As for year,
Trick question. It was the N64.
79.
Yep.
I'm gonna say year 79.
Okay.
Well, we're playing Price is Right rules, right? Closest without going over.
Son of a bitch.
It's 1912.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean's, what's your guess? Or are you just literally going with?
I will go with 1912 and or N64. Final answer.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the N64 is definitely wrong.
Well, I'm going to tell you your answer is definitely wrong. Excuse you.
Wow.
Paul, what are you going with?
You know what? I'll go with Atari just as a blanket, but I'll guess year, because I don't know that that's right. I'm gonna guess 1982.
Well, we're all wrong.
Okay.
And I should have remembered this system. It was the Fairchild Channel F, released in 1976. They actually numbered the game cartridges released, so they had hit titles such as Video Kart 26, Alien Invasion. They only sold 250,000 units in its first year, and it was discontinued in 1983.
Wait, John, you said 79, right?
Yes, Price is Right rules. You win, Sean.
Yeah, so I win Price is Right rules.
I've only heard of that once
fucking
ever
$1 bid
in my life, so there's no way I was remembering that.
That's the equivalent, I mean.
You could have done 1913. No one was stopping you.
Yeah.
That's true.
I wanted to at least try.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
November 27th, Never Gonna Make You Cry, Undertale. As a group, you guys have three things in common. You like video games, you like Calgary, and you like hockey. No more, no less.
Wait, does Sean like hockey?
I don't really like hockey.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sean doesn't like hockey.
No.
Do we all like Calgary? Because I'm kind of indifferent.
Yeah, I'm pretty indifferent.
I'm indifferent. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, hang on. Do we like video games?
I fucking hate them.
Sometimes I'm kind of indifferent.
Ignore this background. I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
EA loves to release hockey games, and on the cover of their NHL series, they put a different NHL star on the cover each year.
I'm tapping out.
Jerome McGinley is one such player. What cover was he on? I'll give you credit if you guess the year on the cover or the year it was released. Side note, if his injury finally heals and he doesn't sign for an NHL team, there's a legitimate chance he'll play for Canada in the Olympics. Here's hoping for a good performance at the Spengler Cup. I was like, isn't he on the Flames right now?
Iginla?
Oh, no, Iginla. Shit, Iginla. Not,
Iginla
for some reason, I was
been on
thinking
the Flames
Yager.
for years.
For some reason, was thinking Yager.
Yeah.
Iginla was probably 2003, because that was the season that they went to the end, and Iginla was pretty hot back then, like play-wise.
But
so I'm going to say NHL 2002, 2003.
Okay. I think around that time, whenever they were hot or whatever, it was Phaneuf on it. And I think Iginla is on it, not as a Flames. I think he's throwing us off.
I think it's.
Do you think when he joined Boston, or do you think before that?
Oh, I don't think it would be before that. That
Have we
that
considered
would be fucking crazy if it was before that.
And my guess, which have we considered, 2017, whatever the most recent one was.
That's
my
not
guess.
actually.
It's definitely
the worst.
not this year's.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
definitely not this year's because this year is either Conor McGregor or that might have been last year's actually.
Mm.
I definitely remember seeing Aginla on the cover of a PS2 version of NHL.
Okay.
So
Was he screaming? Was he like, ah?
I think they all do on the cover usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with 2002, 2003.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you just because it doesn't make sense to have him in later years. Just because he was more recognizable.
Except for when he
For
came
that.
back into popularity in 17, I meant.
I don't think he's back in popularity, to be honest.
Well,
He
I
might
know a
actually
lot
be the
about hockey.
lowest. Okay.
I have a doctorate
what?
in hockey.
I'm gonna agree with you.
You agree with me?
Yeah,
Wait,
I
with
think
me?
I think he's throwing us off with this question, but I'm gonna agree with you.
With me? You're both agreeing with me.
No. I'm no.
Nobody
2002,
agrees with Sean.
2003. Good news. Dead on. It was
I
NHL
was-
2003 released. No, Sean. God. It was NHL 2003 released in 2002. It was one of the
Okay.
best NHL games ever released. It has your standard controls, pass, shoot, checks, but also both manual and automatic deke, speed bursts, and more, allowing both beginners and experts to compete. It still has all of the gaming elements like achievements years before the Xbox 360, player cards, both ones to boost players and to completely mess with the game. Last man, can't actually read the word here.
Standing.
No, this is before Last Man Standing.
That's a thing?
No, like it's the number 1, and then it's like in brackets CE. It's weird. Last Man Standing, a card which once played every player who was hit stays down until the next whistle. A great variety of game modes and so much more. I could go on for pages about it, but you should probably move on to the next letter. Well, I almost think this is being written to me by McJohnson now because this is his favorite NHL game, I believe. I believe that's the one he gave me.
I think I'm overthinking these a little bit too much. Because I'm just under the impression he's trying to like throw us off with every question.
I don't
It's
blame
actually
you for
me. I'm the
thinking
one
that.
writing them. Surprise.
I knew it. That's why
It was
has
I
Canadian
all
stamps on
along.
it. Dun, dun, dun.
Sean Booker, host of
Yeah.
TDP.
December 4th, never gonna say goodbye. Under 10. John, you've hosted a lightning round or two before on Throne Controllers. Now you get to hold one on Top-Down Perspective. Ooh, okay. The theme is Pokemon games.
Oh,
Which one
fuck.
sold better? Circled one is the correct answer. You get to choose the rules. Also, a few are out of order, so one side doesn't get all of the remakes / sequels. Okay, that's interesting.
I'm just gonna guess
Oh,
everyone
I-
that comes to my mind. So like, this isn't really a game.
What's the rules here? What's with this circling?
He gets to make
So
them
okay,
up.
this is my answer sheet. Is basically what he's telling me. Oh no, Bagel, don't you dare! Bagel almost closed Audacity. Sorry.
Oh, silly kitty.
Buddy, I know you want to sleep on my keyboard, but you can't. Actually, maybe if I turn off my keys. Give me a
So,
second
like,
here.
Here's the thing about Pokemon. I like the games as an RPG. Couldn't give less of a fuck about them as a series. So this is gonna go well. This is gonna be super interesting. And Sean, I don't think you really care about that stuff either, so I think we're just gonna be guessing at each other.
I don't know the best-selling Pokemon game by heart.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you now because it's lightning round. It's
Okay.
which is what we do in Throne Controllers. It's going to be 50-50 shots on each one, basically.
All right.
I'm going to give you 2 games. You have to tell me which one of the 2 sold better, and I'll keep score here. I think I have a pen here somewhere.
Okay. I'm ready.
Or if Bagel will let me, I'll use the computer, which means I should find a pen. Okay.
For those wondering and not watching the video, Bagel is John's little sister that he abuses.
Oh
on the
man!
right
Wow! Wow! Jesus!
That got fucking dark. Holy
shit.
Ah, Sean, you surprise me sometimes, I have to say.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a good surprise.
The chat.
Okay.
Okay. Let's, for the love of God, let's guess Pokemon games.
I have 12 questions here. Round 1, red versus blue. Which one sold better?
Red.
Red.
A bunch of these are start off as US only. So this says US only. What sold better, red versus blue?
Red.
Red.
You're both saying red?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're both wrong because it's blue.
Wow.
Okay.
What?
Round 2, gold versus silver.
Gold.
You're bad at this, silver.
What?
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Round 3, fire red versus leaf green.
I don't know what to do.
See, I have a new way to do this.
You're just gonna do the opposite?
Yep. One of us will win this way.
I'm gonna say leaf green.
I'll say fire red.
Fire red.
Of
Okay.
course. So just not the one I bought. That's how this is going.
That seems to be the recurring theme. Bagel, did you just close the podcast? Come on, cat. God damn it. You guys can still hear me, right?
I can.
Yeah. Oh, she close Audacity?
No, Audacity's still open, but he closed the stream.
Oh, okay.
All right. No more, buddy. Bye. What did you open in Google Translate? What the fuck is this? There's a Chinese phrase typed in here.
What's the Chinese
And
phrase?
it translates to 2014-03-16, 7 a.m. today, 11 o'clock in the 4th. Sichuan Green, see each with 2 monks since, burning anti. In the end, when we do not need to be persecuted any longer and no longer use such fierce protests. Crazy. Amithba. What the fuck?
I feel like
Where'd you get this from?
someone listener out there was just activated.
I feel like somebody from the future just tried to tell you about a horrible thing that's about to happen in a couple years.
But it says 2014.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Bagel
they missed the year by a little bit.
I didn't say they were a good time traveler.
Bagel somehow managed, in me picking him up, Google searched a period. And I came up with one of the search results was a Google Translate option for what I just read out.
All right.
Weird.
And now I have the stream back. There we go.
All right.
Thank God. Thank God, Bagel.
Maybe that's not a date and it's this week's lotto numbers.
There you go.
Yep.
All right.
Could be.
Round 4, Ruby versus Sapphire.
Ruby.
Sapphire.
I bought Ruby.
Ruby.
Okay, we're tied.
Yes!
We can't say tied.
Tied. 1-1. Here we go.
Well, you got another 8 to go. Don't worry. Round
Okay.
5, Diamond versus Pearl.
Diamond.
Pearl.
Diamond.
Okay.
Yes. In your face.
I'm
Round
basically
6.
just banking on Sean being wrong. So.
I'm just going with what I bought.
Okay.
Round 6, Heart Gold versus Soul Silver.
Heart gold.
Soul silver.
Soul Silver.
Tied up. Oh
Round
man.
7. Round 7, Black 2 versus White 2.
Black 2.
White too.
Wait, which one do I have? I don't know which one I have. I think it's black 2. I bought black. I know that one.
So,
They were tied. Exact number sold.
Don't say that.
yeah, actually, that's it.
God damn it.
Trick
Wait.
question.
That can't be it.
He has them both circled.
We're still
That's
at a tie?
Yep.
God damn it.
Okay.
All right. Round 8, Black 1 versus White 1.
Black.
White.
They're tied again.
Why even include those? There's no point in including those.
Oh, it's so good. This is the worst. I feel like I'm in
If I
limbo
had
here.
guessed tie, would I have gotten a point?
I
'Cause
know.
I'll guess tie on the next one. I see where this pattern's going.
No, there's no more ties. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Okay.
Round 9, X versus Y.
X.
Why?
X.
Yeah, it was obviously X, but I can't stay tied.
You can break.
No, I'd rather lose than tie.
All right. Well, you got 3 rounds left, so you might want to hold up here. Round 10, Omega Ruby versus Alpha Sapphire.
Ruby.
Sapphire.
Sapphire, you're tied again.
Fuck.
Oh wait, I think I actually did buy Sapphire.
Well,
now
I
I think
still
about
said
it.
Sapphire, so we're
Yeah.
locked in.
All right. Well, you have 2 left. Round 11, Sun versus Moon.
I'm just gonna go with
man.
which one I would have bought, and it was Moon.
I think I bought Sun. I think Moon actually did get more, but I bought Sun.
All right. Which are you both going with Moon then?
I'm going.
No,
Moon.
I'll go with Sun. I'll go with Sun.
You're going with Sun. Sun.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right.
So
All
it's 4-3.
And last round, no, it's 6-5 because of the ties. I counted the ties.
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Last round, Ultra Sun versus Ultra Moon with the double asterisk here saying they were only 2,000 apart at the time of writing this. So this is only for first week of sales.
Okay.
Sun again.
I'm gonna just say Moon again. I'll take the L.
You did take the L because it was Sun again.
I'm fine with that because tying is a loss anyway.
7-5 for Sean.
There you go.
All right.
Was that all the letters?
And I got one more.
Okay.
All right. December 11th. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Undertale.
Cool.
God damn, last week's took way too much research. I had to delve into NPD numbers for some. Speaking of, what happened to the guy who used to send these in? I still wouldn't mind hearing John read them every month. Yeah, we haven't got those in a while,
Oh,
have
the
we?
NPD numbers? I don't know.
Yeah.
I forgot who used to send those in.
He sent an email on his last one saying I'm not gonna be sending these anymore.
Oh.
So yeah. I think because they
I
were
did
too
enjoy-
hard to get.
That's fair. I did enjoy reading them, though.
Yeah.
Games have come a long way in terms of 3D graphics. Mario has 10,000 plus polygons in his model nowadays. Quick tip on what a polygon is.
What?
What? It's like a dice face.
Yeah. I think we all know what a polygon is.
But back in the day, Mario had, well, how many did his worst main model have? Price is Right style, and what game was it from? Oh my god, you're going to do this to me? Okay. Main as in not the low poly version for far distances like in Smash Brothers Melee. Oh, okay, that's what he means. All right. So what game had the worst / low polygon model for Mario?
And it's a mainline Mario game, is what he's saying. Okay.
No, main is in not the low poly version from far distances like in Melee. So it's any game. Any game is available.
Okay.
And also, how many polygons did his worst model have?
There's no way to even know that one.
Well, that's the thing. It's Price is Right style, so closest without going over.
Okay. Mario 64?
All right. Now, how many polygons do you think he has?
1.
Yep.
1? Oh my
Yeah.
god. All right.
Yep. I'm gonna say Mario 64 and 2.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
Wow.
Can I go fourth as well as first?
You
No, that's
son
not
of
how
a
that
bitch.
All right. Well, I know that the game is like the Mario's fundamentals. So it's the game where you can play Go Fish and stuff with Mario.
Okay.
Or actually, no,
Okay.
sorry. It's Mario's Teaches Typing. It's one of those games.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to... Oh, God. I
mean,
want
if
to
you
say...
say if you say 3, you win.
I want to say the answer is actually 10, but I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
That would be such an ugly Mario if it was.
Oh, no, never mind. We were overthinking this one.
Oh.
It's 0 polygons.
Turns out it was 162 from Mario Kart DS. It was even lower than the low poly version of the Super Mario 64 model. That was 208. Side note, John, if you ever do another Superman 64 video, I would love to see a comparison of Superman's polygon count to other in-game assets. No.
All right.
Yep.
I will read this other question from Custom SC. Has there been any embarrassing moments in public where you forgot that you have your device's volume on full blast as you play
Oh my
something?
god. Yes. And it's always some dumb app. I'm just trying to think of the most embarrassing one.
Someone says in the chat, shot down perspective. I thought that was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever have, actually.
Yeah,
I definitely have like opened up my DS and like not realized the volume was on the C train. That has definitely happened in university.
Actually, I actually did that recently with my Switch, but the train's so noisy, you just can't even hear it, so it wasn't an issue. But I always have headphones either plugged in or Bluetooth to my phone, so my phone like never makes noise.
Yeah, more often than not, I've actually blown out my ears for not changing the volume. So that's probably more frequent than anything. But yeah, I can't think of anything really bad aside from like maybe like Mario Kart. So just hearing like "Here we go" really loudly or something.
Yeah.
All right.
It'd be a podcast and probably something inappropriate being said. That's happened a few times at work in a completely silent office, and that's fucking mortifying. Next question comes in from VGC Kenny saying, "Oh, questions for Sean." All right, Sean, I'm going to interview you.
All right. Ready.
You've been living in America for a little while, at least since I began listening to the podcast about 3 years ago, but probably longer. At what point would you consider yourself to be at least part American rather than just a Canadian living in America?
I'm going to try and never, because Canadians are better, and I like to hold that above them.
Whoa.
I was gonna say you've been living there long enough. You could start looking into citizenship.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the legal answer, is that when you're an American is when you're a citizen of America.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Even then, though, I'm going to be like Canadian first because we're better.
Okay.
And modest.
Yeah. Fiery. If you didn't review games, would you keep up with new game releases as much as you do, or would you focus on fewer games but get more out of them?
Well, I probably wouldn't be able to keep up as much, but I doubt I'd be like playing more RPGs. I would still have the drive to like want to play like all the hot new stuff.
Sure.
So.
Sure. Cool.
All right, and I'll take this last one because John did like 5.
Yep.
Thank you.
Foxy the Kid says, have you ever just straight dropped a game because you were bored, tired of it, and it's bullshit?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, most mobile games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Although you keep playing Animal Crossing Pocket. Can't.
I'm gonna load it up right now just to spite you.
Hey, you can play whatever you want, man. I think that game's bullshit. But yeah, actually, I was trying to think of one most recently, and Animal Crossing has got to be my most recent one.
All right, let's say something non-mobile.
I got bored of Night in the Woods, and I stopped playing it, because why wouldn't I? If a video game makes me bored, why am I playing it?
Because you heard the ending of the 3rd playthrough is so good.
At some point, you can't care, though. Because there's other better stuff out there for you.
For sure.
Plenty of fish in the sea for video games.
I mean, there's a lot of games I've played that I've done that with. So, my problem is I might have too many.
There's some that come to mind where like I couldn't really stop them because I was reviewing them. Like Codename Steam. Oh my god.
See, I was enjoying Codename Steam, but I also was playing it after they patched that, having to wait around.
Right, where I was having to like hardcore play it through all that.
Yeah.
So it was just like 4-hour sessions of that repeatedly. So there's definitely times that I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore. Like, no, thank you. But you can't sometimes. Or you can. I don't know. It depends how you want to do your reviews. I'm not going to tell you how to review something.
Yeah. I kind of like in the chat, Tenmar's almost follow up to it or to build on it a little more. What's the most controversial one that people loved but you dropped because you were bored of it or whatever? Because I know mine instantly, even though I went back and finished it, and I was glad I did, was I started playing Undertale, and I hate that intro, so I stopped playing it after 20 minutes and was like, this is actually bullshit. And then went back to it and loved it later.
Okay.
But, like, that was one.
I have one, and it's not because I disliked it. It just, I don't know, didn't click for me at the time or whatever, but Doom, the recent Doom.
Okay.
I kind of dropped that one, and I know people said amazing things about it, but for whatever reason, I just didn't have a drive to keep going with it.
Yep.
Super Mario 3D World.
Okay.
Did you not finish that?
I did eventually, but I remember I took like a year between playing it, and I think the only reason I ended up sitting down and finishing it is because we were going to do the LP. But like I got like 3 worlds in and just like didn't feel motivated to keep playing it, and I just left it. I left it sit for months.
Yeah,
I like the game, but like I just wasn't in the right mood to play it at the time when it came out.
I think that's a big thing too. Is that sometimes even if there's a game you know you'll like, it's just the wrong time for you to play it. It's just a thing. So
sure. I mean, that happened like with Horizon. Actually, that's another one for me that I dropped because it didn't like click with me. Was Horizon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Persona 5.
All right, that's it for questions. If people want to send in questions next week, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Facebook group, John's P.O. Box, and our Discord channel. What's your guys' games of the week?
I guess
I have to give it to Nier.
Yakuza 0.
Like the Resident Evil 7 DLC.
Even though you finished Nier this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was still a better time for me.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, we got a bunch of housekeeping stuff to talk about. First, and we forgot to talk about this last week, the Community Game of the Year survey is still going for a few more weeks. If you haven't filled it out, do it. Easiest way to find it is probably it's like our pinned tweet on Twitter. So just look up the Twitter account, TDP Podcast. We've had a great turnout. I think we've had the highest turnout ever so far, which is awesome.
I mean, it's a slow climb every year. It's about another bunch every year. So
no, I think last year we had less, or there was one year where it dropped. I remember.
I think last year was the year that it dropped from what you guys
maybe
were
last
saying.
year. But this year has outscaled every previous year, so that's awesome. And yeah, if you haven't done it, do it because that's always cool to tally it up.
Yep.
Other than that, we last night launched a Patreon for the podcast. You can find it at patreon.com/topdownperspective. And we're treating it kind of like a tip jar for the podcast. So there's not a lot of tiers and unlocks that you get. We have some stuff in mind, but right now you can give it $1 or $2 just to help support us. I mainly put this together because it costs money to host the podcast, and John's been paying it out of pocket every month for the last 7 years. And
well,
now
not that much. It's been a while. Like it was, I thought it was you for a while, Sean. Then it went to Nathan. Then it went to me. Like
it was Nathan, then you.
When it was like before Nathan left the podcast, maybe a year before. So I've been paying for it for the past 4 to 5 years.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think
Sounds
Nathan
right.
maybe only did 1 year. It was pretty early. He switched off. And people are saying, is that Canadian or US? I think that's Canadian.
No, I think you have I'm paying 10 US if that's what you're asking me.
Oh, you're paying 10 US. Okay.
Yeah.
So our goal was to hopefully have the show pay for itself. And we've already hit that goal. We're already getting like $30 a month, which is great. And now we can also slowly start paying John back for all those years. It'll be very slow though, at the rate we're getting money from Patreon.
I'm surprised that we hit the goal, let alone tripled it. We got 15 patrons and $30.
I am super surprised. Thank you for everyone who has donated already. So right now the tiers, like I said, we have $1 to give us. You can also do custom amounts, whatever you want. I just implemented at the $2 tier that you get a Discord title and different name color. So if I implemented it before we went live, I didn't see it go through, but I think maybe you guys have to like connect your Discord channels or your account. But in the Top Down Perspective Discord, your name should be yellow now, and you should, instead of just being in the online list, you should be in a patron list. So you have your own list. There's no dedicated server. I mean, I could do that, but I just felt like that would just be a smaller chat room, and it's not like our chat room goes by too fast or anything. So it just seemed like needless. I mean, also, if enough people want that, I can always do that.
Also, just paying for like this special chat room, it just seems weird. Like there's no reason for it. Yeah,
like if we had like like hundreds of people in the Discord, then maybe you would want like a smaller one-off one
Right.
for whatever reason. But it's just like it's not like it's going by fast, so I couldn't
Right.
really see it. Like I said.
Yep.
And we've been talking to people on the Discord, and they don't seem like they super want that either.
Right.
But we're definitely taking suggestions for like bonuses. We can do. We have a couple ideas ourselves.
I think it's important to say we don't want to lock anything that is free now behind it either.
Yeah, that's a big one. So it's really mainly a tip jar because we do so many things for free as it is that a lot of other podcasts, like early access, like that they do through Patreon, but we just give everything out as it is, and we don't want to take any of that stuff away.
Right.
So this is literally just like a, hey, thanks for doing the show, and I would love to, throw a buck or two your way each month, to help you guys, keep it going and just show some support.
Mm-hmm.
One other tier we're going to be adding shortly, and that Paul has already, I believe you already built the ticker or the marquee, is a $5 tier where your name will go across, like you'll get a thank you, and that'll be on the VOD. That'll be there forever when it's exported to YouTube. And anyone who donates at that tier, we'll just keep adding your guys' names to that, and it'll scroll across while we're doing our shows live each week. Is that right, Paul?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not implemented, but it can be within.
Not yet. We haven't put the tier up yet. I'm not sure. And I guess I'll just say the one idea that I have been thinking about, I was talking to the guys about it too. I'd love to hear if people are interested in that. Was kind of like a monthly, every second month, we'll do a bonus episode about one specific game. And for patrons, you would get to vote on the game. We'll come up with the games that we're interested in playing at that time, and then you can vote for one. And that'll probably be like if we hit a certain like stretch goal, then we can each of us purchase the game, and we'll do an episode on that game, which I think would be kind of fun as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably be implementing that too if we hit like the, I don't know, $50 or $60 a month thing. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, it's not going to be an RPG. So don't get your hopes up that we're going to play your favorite RPG, because we need to be able to play it like in a month or two. So it'll probably be more indie stuff for sure. But yeah, like I said, we're always taking suggestions on different bonuses we can give and stuff like that. And if you have any questions, like I said, join the Discord and ask them there, or send them on Twitter or on the email, because we're answering all the questions we can. We're being totally transparent about this. And again, thank you to everyone who already has donated and pledged. It's super generous of you. And I'm just super excited that after 7 years, this podcast can now pay for itself. That's really great. I am so happy about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else you guys want to add?
Should probably mention again, affiliate on Twitch. There is an emote that we're waiting to be processed by Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to say what the emote is? Have you shown it or anything?
Yeah,
Or
it's an F key, because people kept telling me that's what it should be, and they're
Press
right.
F.
Okay. Actually, speaking of speaking of things people have said, one suggestion in Discord yesterday that I thought was real good as a backer tier is lifetime membership to John's museum.
Okay.
I fucking knew what you were going to say without you finishing the sentence. You didn't even have to finish the damn sentence, and I knew exactly what you were going to say.
I think that's so funny. And when he opens the museum, we can definitely look down that avenue, as maybe the admission cost is built into your monthly pledge. Who knows? That might be something in the future, so keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, some of us will be back next week, so we'll see you then. Bye.
Fucking